Here in our living room, we have our good friends from Dime Bank to chat about exciting changes, local support in the community, and highlighting one of their employees. So please welcome Nick Kaplanson, our friend, President and CEO, and Chris Boyle, graphic designer and creative director. Hi, guys.
Hi, Renee. Good to see you.
It's nice to see the both of you. We were just at an event recently at Lake of Isles where you were having a meeting and your board of directors were there, and you made me a corporator. I feel very blessed. Thank you very much.
We're so happy to have you as part of our team, and it's great. It's just fantastic.
You know, you have a lot of input into this show and into the community and helping people and pets. And I just want to say thank you. And I've been honored to be a part of some of those great promotions. My favorite so far, I think, was over the holidays when we were feeding military families and doing presents and such. I just really loved that.
Yeah, that's one of our signature events, helping military families, and especially in southeastern Connecticut. It's a high percentage of the population. So, and a lot of those families have pets too, Renee, and we are a pet-friendly bank. So,
you know, there's a rumor out there about me, folks, that I like pets. I don't know where you got it from. Let's talk a little bit before we get to your book. I'm so excited to hear more about you. But before we get to that, Nick, if you wouldn't mind, can you just talk about the culture at Dime Bank, giving back to the community, and some of the things that you all do to enhance your employees' experiences?
Thank you for letting us come on the show, first off. And I love talking about what we do. Right, we are a mutual community bank. We don't have shareholders, but our communities and our depositors own us. So we're really focused on doing right by our customers, by our employees, and giving back to the communities that we operate in. I refer to it as paying dividends. We probably touch over 100 organizations a year in Greater Hartford, all the way down through southeastern Connecticut, westerly Rhode Island. We encourage our employees to participate in community events. And, you know, lately what we've been doing is making a real concerted effort to attract and retain new employees that come from all sorts of backgrounds.
Right.
Not just bankers. Everybody thinks you need to know banking. You don't. There's a lot of other jobs at banks that have other skill sets, right? So I think that's one of the reasons we brought Chris with us today, is he represents a non-banker who is doing exceptionally well at Dime, and we encourage that, that individuality and that contribution from a different perspective.
I was just going to say, when I met you, I found out you were the graphic designer, and you designed the program, and you drew something, and it was so beautiful. So it's not weird to me at all that you would have done this children's book and some of the drawings here. And it must feel good to work at a place that also encourages, do we call this a side hustle? I don't know, but it must be nice to get that encouragement.
Absolutely. The support that I've received from Dime Bank has been amazing, from working with me and schedule-wise, and it's just, they've really gone above and beyond for me to make sure that I have enough time and resources to be able to pursue my creative endeavors outside of work. It's amazing.
Did you ever work at a bank before Dime Bank?
No financial experience prior to that.
So, but it's working for you.
Absolutely, absolutely. It was a brand new industry, and there's definitely a bit of a learning curve to learn terminology and stuff like that. But it's amazing to. Yeah,
you know, that's a good point, actually, because, Nick, like you said, you don't have to necessarily come from that background, but there is some training. But it sounds like it worked for you. It sounds like that's what you onboard your employees to become a part of the culture, and then you support them. It's almost like a give and take, right?
Yeah, it really is. And, you know, we try to make it as comfortable as possible. Speak in plain English, although sometimes we do revert back to some terminology. But we have many examples throughout the organization of folks that are not bankers. I would say right now, Renee, we're hiring about 50% of our new employees that come from outside of banking.
Oh, interesting.
They were in hospitality, they were in healthcare, you name it. It's a broad variety of employees coming in. I think it's better than ever in my career in banking because it brings fresh perspective. And when I started in banking a few years ago, everybody thought the same. Everybody looked at things the same way. And now, in today's world, it's a very different environment, and it's encouraging.
Well, Dime Bank is growing. You're now coming into the greater Hartford community. I know you're all over the state, although you help people anywhere, you know, get a loan from anywhere, right? But you said something the other night at the meeting that I do want to repeat here, and I know that it was a private invite only, but I don't think you'll mind this. And then, Chris, I want you to tell us about your book, Aldo. You said something that really struck me, especially as a leader in your industry where you rely on return of investment, right? Like that's your big thing. But you made mention that relationships are more important to you. So you're hiring people that have relationships in the community and showing them that you care about them, and then they work for you, and then that relationship just kind of spreads.
Yeah.
And I love that. I love that you said that.
Yeah, it's truly part of who we are. We're not a transactional-based financial institution like some people think. You're cashing a check, you're getting a loan. It's a long-term relationship. It works over many, many years. And not having shareholders that require a return on investment immediately allows us to take a long-term vision. So it's a great business model. We love it.
All right, Chris, let's talk about your book, chrisboyleart.com. And this is his book, Aldo. Tell me all about it.
Aldo was an idea I had a couple of years ago, inspired by some crows that I saw on the power line one day. And I just took what is usually seen as a kind of a dark character and tried to make him lighter for children.
Well, I think you've made Edgar Allan Poe, his Raven, not so scary. This is a beautiful book. It's beautifully illustrated. I would love for everyone to check it out. I appreciate you both being here. Of course, this book, Aldo, we're going to put up all the details about it. We've got it up on your screen right there. Thank you so very much for being here, Dime Bank, a proud partner in the community here on Hello Connecticut, and there's all the details for you up on there so you can follow them online. Stay with us. You're watching Hello Connecticut on Channel 3 and The Wax, and we're talking birdies and horsepower coming up next.